Hello everyone, welcome back to Real Life. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you enjoy these vintage episodes, please hit the like button. That helps promote them to like-minded viewers like yourself. Consider subscribing and you'll be notified of new episodes. Members get early previews. There's something new and different every weekend. If you're interested in vintage films and videos of the Okanagan, there are many more episodes from the 1940s on. You can find them on the interactive map guide located in the details below. It's still a month or two away from the ski season, but today we're getting a head start. This wonderful 1963 footage of skiing at Silver Star and Vernon and Apex just west of Penticton comes from a remarkable collection I obtained a year ago. Imre Michalik was born on December 10, 1934, and emigrated from his native Hungary in 1956. After some years in Toronto, he relocated to Vancouver and was employed as a draftsman at H.A. Simons and as a realtor on the North Shore. In his day, he was an accomplished skier, mountaineer, and rock climber, making many ascents in Squamish, BC, throughout Ontario and southern Quebec, and at the Shawinigan in the USA. He was a brilliant amateur photographer and cinematographer. He shot footage throughout Canada, the US, and Europe in the 1960s and 70s. He passed away in 2018, his wife, Yvette, a few years later. Here's where it becomes interesting. Imre and Yvette had no children, and apparently no close relatives nearby. In 2023, the contents of an abandoned storage locker in the Lower Mainland belonging to Imre was put up for auction. Among the numerous housewares and everyday items were several boxes of 16mm film with vague descriptions and no guarantee that they were even viewable, given the many years they had been in storage. I have on occasion come across films stored for years that sadly were so deteriorated with vinegar syndrome and badly curled or covered in mildew that they were too far gone to save. This was not the case. A colleague was able to secure those films for me and quickly determined that they were in great condition, thus preventing them from possibly disappearing in obscurity forever. Imagine my delight. I've only begun digitizing them and I'm waiting patiently for the new 4K scanner to arrive in December, when I will be able to go through the many reels unviewed so far. I look forward to learning more about Imre's camera work. I'm almost certain there will be some interesting surprises to rediscover on these reels, and I'll share them with you. I've already posted a few of his reels online, and I'll post a detailed article on the community page this weekend for those interested. In December of 1961, Apex Alpine opened with a tow rope and one 3,800-foot-long Pama lift. At the time, the Pama was the longest of its kind in Canada. 2 seasons later, a T-bar was pinned from bottom to top using wooden structures, adding more terrain for the intermediate skiers. It's interesting to see how few skiers there were on the hill, perhaps it was a weekday. Though not featured on this reel, Big White was the third ski hill in the Okanagan, located east of Kelowna and opened in 1963. Big White, along with Apex and Silver Star, would evolve over the next half-century to become the popular ski resorts they are today. Pommel lifts and T-bars have been replaced with high-speed quad chairs and 6-seat chairlifts. The skis themselves have evolved, and of course snowboards arrived in the mid-'80s. Helmets and safety are commonplace today. People even ski with GoPros. The wineskins we don't see so often anymore. Like everything else in society, skiing has evolved. Fine restaurants and shops populate the base and have created villages catering to skiers and tourists. In these early days, these hills catered almost exclusively to local skiers during the winter and shut down for the rest of the year. Today, skiers travel from Europe and Australia to take advantage of the remarkable conditions throughout the ski season. Come summer, downhill mountain biking and hilltop hiking keep the resorts busy. No longer do you have to leave the hill at the end of the day. Accommodations can support hundreds of guests. Year-round homes have been built at all 3 resorts, and all 3 have essentially become communities in of themselves. It's a far cry from those modest beginnings. This is why these old films are important. They are a connection to our past. How many old film reels lay languishing in storage lockers, basements, and closets, mostly forgotten? I consider it a privilege to be the custodian of these old reels. There is a few films which I have been looking for many years, specifically film footage of pre-Second World War training at Vernon Military Camp. Years ago, I briefly viewed a few minutes of color film footage of the British Columbia Dragoons training on horseback. It could only date from 1938 or 1939. I'm also looking for any film footage of the Second World War training at Vernon Military Camp. Please contact me if you have any leads. Thank you to all my Patreon supporters, members, donors, and subscribers. It's a pleasure producing these fascinating little vignettes for you. With your generous support, the 4K upgrade project will be a reality this coming January. The Film Fabrique HDS Plus scanner will amaze you with its 4K resolution and significant improvements in color and detail. Have a great day, be kind, and we'll see you again next time on Real Life.